Hello, it's Lesley Fightmaster, and welcome to day 24 of your YogaFix90s, 90 days to creating a healthy habit. And since we are on the fourth week of our program, this week is a recovery week. So yesterday we did some core work. Today we're going to take it down a little notch and do more of a stretching class. So let's take the hands together, sit in a comfortable position, close your eyes, and set an intention for your practice this morning or this afternoon or evening. And we're going to come right onto the back and draw your right knee into your chest and start to circle your right ankle in one direction and circle it the other way. Now, if you have a yoga strap or a belt or a towel, that would be helpful if you'd like. We're going to extend the right leg up. So if you have a strap or a towel, you can wrap it around your right foot. If you can reach your toe, grab your toe, or if you don't have anything, just hold on to your right leg. Just extend it up any amount, keeping the left hand on the left thigh. Also, as you lift your right leg, kind of drop that hip forward so that your hips stay nice and level here. So stretching out our hamstrings. Continue your steady breathing in and out through your nose. And be sure you don't have any tension around the shoulder or the neck. On your next exhale, open the right leg to the right and keeping your left hand on your left hip to remind that hip to stay down, and then turn to look over your left shoulder. If your left hip pops up off the floor, that means you've probably gone a little too far. So back out of your stretch a little bit, reground that left hip down, and then maybe go in a little further from there. We always want to have stability in the pose first before we move into flexibility. Be sure that your left leg stays active with the toes pointing up to the ceiling and the ankle flexed. Inhale the leg through center. Switch hands with your strap or just change the other hand onto your leg and exhale it over to the left, turning your head to look over the right shoulder. If it bothers your neck to turn your head though, you don't have to turn it. Now we're getting a nice twist, so it's okay for your right hip to come up off the floor. Ideally, we'll keep our upper back and shoulders pressing onto the floor, but if that shoulder comes off a little bit on the right side, it's okay. Just try to keep the middle to upper back pressing down as best you can. On your inhale, take the leg back to center. Exhale, lift your head and shoulders off the floor. Draw your knee in toward your nose and draw your belly in for one last stretch. Good, release it. Now pause a moment with both legs extended out. You'll feel most likely that the right leg feels longer than the left leg, and it actually really is. It's kind of neat. So draw the left knee into the chest and we'll circle the left ankle in one direction. And reverse it. And then extend the left leg up. Either hold on to the leg or a strap or take the toe, whatever works. And again, as you lift the left leg up, the left hip kind of want to hikes toward your head. So drop that left hip forward toward your other foot, toward your right foot, so that you're extended and your hips are level. And as you're stretching the leg, try to keep your leg muscles engaged. Next exhale, we'll open the leg to the left, turning, looking over the right shoulder, and keep your right hip pressing down. So again, if the right hip pops off, then just come out of the pose a little bit, back out, re-ground it down, and then maybe move from there a little deeper. Be sure that your right foot and ankle are flexed. So that'll keep your right leg nice and active. As you inhale, we'll bring the leg through center, and exhale, take it off to the right, looking over the left shoulder for a twist. So again, you can see that the left hip can come off the floor is fine. We just kind of want to keep the upper back onto the floor, as close to the shoulders as you can. If your left shoulder pops off a little bit, it's okay. Just try to keep it grounded down if you can. And try and turn your belly up to face the ceiling. And twisting is so good for so many things. We'll come back to center. Lift your head and shoulders up. Draw your knee toward your nose. Pull it in. Stretch it out. And then let's release that. Extend the left leg next to the right. Check that they're even. Don't want you walking lopsided all day. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. As you reach up, let your front ribs draw in and keep your ankles flexed so that your toes point straight up. Exhale, bring your arms out to the sides and then down. Inhale, reach up. Face your palms out as you exhale and take the arms around and down. And again, inhale the arms up, the palms face each other here. And then as you exhale, you turn your palms to face out and bring them down right next to your sides. Inhale, touch your fingertips to your shoulders. And then you'll just make some little circles with your arms. So your elbows will point straight up to the ceiling. Start to make some circles. And then begin to make your circles a little bit bigger. And a little bit bigger until they're about as big as they're going to go. Pause at the top and then just start to circle the other way. Beginning with little circles, and then they start to get a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger, until they get about as big as they're going to go. Really nice for lubricating the shoulder joints. And then back to center. And draw your right knee into your chest. Hold on behind the right thigh and draw that thigh in towards your belly as much as you can. And then extend the right foot up toward the ceiling. So you're holding on to the thigh and it's like you're trying to straighten the knee, but the knee won't straighten because you're using so much arm strength to keep your thigh right into your belly. This is a nice stretch and strengthening for the leg, for the hamstrings. And let's release that and switch. So drawing the left leg in and holding on again behind the thigh with the knee bent, and then draw the leg in as much as you can. Use a bunch of arm strength to hold it there, and then use just as much strength on the leg to reach that foot up toward the ceiling. So you're trying to straighten your knee, but your knee just can't bend because you're using so much arm strength to hold that leg there. And release that, bend the knees, and roll off to your right side, and we'll make our way up. It was kind of chilly today, so I've got them all bundled up, but hopefully this works for this video. So inhale, bring your chest forward, lift your chin, lift your tailbone up. And as you exhale, press away from the floor, round the upper back, drop your chin toward your chest. And again, inhale hard forward through the gates of the arms, draw it through. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, draw your ribs and belly, and let your head hang. Inhale, hard forward, lifting chin, lifting tailbone. Exhale, round the back, chin toward chest. So your wrists should be under the shoulders and the knees under the hips here. Inhale to come forward, lengthening out the whole front of your body. And exhale, rounding your back. And bring the hands forward about a hand print. Tuck your toes under for down dog. So we're going to bend one knee and the other. Start to bicycle the legs. And if there's any other movements that might feel good in your body here, moving into the shoulders or maybe the hips, you can always add that. And make sure the arms are shoulder distance apart and your feet are hips width. Spread out the fingers nice and wide and press into the base of the fingers as you lift your forearms away from the mat. And just working the weight up through the hips and then reaching it down through the heels. On your inhale, bring yourself forward into plank and take the knees down. This time we'll lower all the way to the floor. Untuck the toes, press the tops of the feet and come up to cobra. Draw your hands toward the back of the mat to bring the chest through. And then exhale to the knees and make your way into child's pose. Extended child's pose with the arms in front. And looking forward, back to plank, and then we'll lower all the way down again slowly to the belly. Inhale to cobra, maybe a higher one if that feels okay, but keep your belly lifted, your tailbone lengthening. And lower down, tuck your toes under, press up and back to down dog. Knees can be up or down. Ripple the spine forward to plank again and lower down to the belly. Knees can be up or down. Inhale again to cobra, low or high. Keep the belly lifted, the pubic bone lightly pressing down. That'll lift your hip points up towards your lower ribs. And lower back down. Tuck the toes, pressing up through plank, knees up or down, and then down dog. Right leg floats up on the inhale. As you exhale, step it through by the right hand and take the left knee down. Pat up your knee if you need padding. And then reach up for a low lunge. Stretch the arms up. Sink the hips forward, but keep your right knee over the ankle. Spin your triceps forward in your low lunge. Stretch up nice and tall. And as you exhale, make a big circle all the way around with your arms. Inhale, stretch the arms up, palms facing each other. Exhale, palms face out as you make a circle. Inhale, stretch up. Make some resistance here like you're moving through water. Exhale to make your circle. And then bring the hands down. Tuck your back toes, step to plank, and lower down through chaturanga. Knees up or down. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. And exhaling to down dog. Left leg up, inhale. As you exhale, lightly step it up and take the right knee to the floor. Inhale, come into your low lunge. Sink the hips forward as you reach up through the arms. And pull the left hip back, let it drop down. Make sure your knee stays over the ankle and it points over the middle toes. Stretch up tall, inhale, exhale, face the palms out as you circle. Inhale, palms face each other, reach up. Exhale, circle them around, opening the chest. Inhale, look up as long as it's okay with your neck, and exhale, make the big circle. And then taking the hands down through chaturanga. Inhaling up dog or cobra. If you're in up dog, thighs and knees should be off the floor. And then exhale back into down dog. Inhale to float the right leg back and up. And exhale, step it through again. Left knee down, back to low lunge. This time we'll straighten the right leg. Inhale, lengthen, fold it on your exhale for Ardha Hanumanasana half split. Pull the right hip back as you're here. Send the left hip forward and just lengthen through the spine. So this will get into, if you'd like to extend out further, you can always extend out toward Hanumanasana, but make sure your right hip pulls back and keep your leg muscles engaged. And this will really get into our hamstrings, our hip flexors. We'll tuck the back toes, swing the leg back. Oops, I lost a leg warmer. And then back through plank, chaturanga. Inhaling to up dog. And then exhale back to down dog. Inhale, floating the left leg up. Exhale, step it through, right knee down, and low lunge. Then into half splits, straighten the front leg, pull the left hip back. Send the right hip forward. Either stay in the half split, or if you want to slide out toward Hanumanasana, your full splits, you can start to slide out at any time. If you do slide out, make sure you're continuing to pull the left hip back and send the right hip forward. Make sure your back toes are straight back behind you and your foot's not turning in or turning out on that back leg. There were lots of ducks around this morning. I kept getting distracted by ducks. So cute. So we're going to tuck the back toes, make your way back. Oops, lost the leg warmer. Back to plank and lower down. Inhaling up. Up dog or cobra. Exhale back. Down dog. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it through into pigeon pose. So it's important to keep our hips level here. So if you're rolling off to your right side, put a blanket there or a pillow. If this hurts your knee at all, sit up, lay down on your back, and thread the needle instead with the right ankle above the left knee. Make sure that the left leg is extended straight back behind you and all the toes are pressing down. Once you get into your pose, just start to focus in on your breath and notice if you're gripping any place. Sometimes we grip really hard in the hips because they might feel a little bit tight. But we sometimes, and not always, but sometimes we can relax into the stretch a little bit more than we think we can. So come on up, take your left forearm parallel with the front of the mat and reach your right arm up and take a twist, or a deeper twist. Left arm slides under the right arm. Reach the right arm up and bring it behind you, and maybe you can find your toe back there. And then roll the right shoulder back so you're twisted. And then unwind yourself, coming back through center. And then we're going to sit up in this pigeon up high and try and squeeze your outer hips, your inner thighs, press into the floor and try to lift your body up off of the floor. And then you can stay working on that. Or if it is okay with your body, you'll take your left foot, either hold it back there and resist it away, or take the left foot up closer to the left hip. Try and square off your hips and shoulders to the front of your mat. And you can take that back foot forward any amount. Just make sure if the heel is coming forward that it's right next to the hip or touching the hip, not to the outside of it. It's a big stretch on the hip flexor. Really nice one. If it hurts your back knee, you'll need to pad up that back knee. And then we'll slide that back leg all the way forward so that your left knee is on top of the right knee, or you can extend the right leg straight out if it's too much to have both knees bend. This is Gomukhasana legs, and knee on top of knee. And then you'll reach the right arm up, bend your elbow, take your right hand towards your upper back, left arm out, thumb faces down, swing it behind. Either clasp your hands or hold on to your clothes. Sit up nice and tall and roll the left shoulder back as you reach your right elbow straight up and turn your right tricep in toward your face. So it's a hip opener and a shoulder opener. And you can stay sitting up nice and tall here. Or you can exhale and start to fold forward, which will intensify the hip stretch and even the shoulder stretch. If you do come forward though, try not to let your upper back round. So lift up your left shoulder head and keep pointing the right elbow straight ahead. Come on back up and swing that left leg back again. And come back into down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhaling to press up. And exhale back. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it through for pigeon. And again, if it hurts this knee, lie on your back for thread the needle. The left ankle above the right knee. Or if you know another hip opening that you like, you can do that as well. You can stay upright or you can walk yourself forward any amount. Make sure your back toes are extended straight back behind you. And then again, check and see if there's any gripping, holding on any place in the hips or the shoulders. Maybe also check the jaw. Continuing nice, steady breath. And inhale to lift the head. And then right forearm parallel with the front of the mat, reach your left arm straight up. Or slide your right arm underneath the left arm. Maybe your left hand will reach around and grab onto the toe. Or it can rest at the lower back, whatever works. Just get a nice little twist here. Remember, if there's any discomfort in the knee, come out of this pose immediately. Don't try to be a hero. I don't want to hurt the knees ever. We'll inhale back to center. And then we're going to practice lifting up away from the floor in this one using our core muscles. So squeezing the outer hips, the inner thighs. Lift the belly, lift all the muscles in the pelvic floor, and press away from the floor. And either stay there with that, practicing, or reach back for the right foot, hold it back behind you, or draw it forward. But then square up the hips and shoulders toward the front of the mat. There's always that tendency to open up to the side, but we want to try and keep the hips and shoulders as square as we can here. We'll release that. Swing your right leg up and around and put your right knee on top of your left knee for Gomukhasana legs. Or you can extend the left leg straight out. Either way. And then the right leg's on top, so we'll lift the left arm up. Bend the elbow, bring it toward the upper back. Right arm out to the side, thumb down. Bring that behind. Roll the right shoulder back as you reach the left elbow straight up to the ceiling. And try and spin the left tricep in toward your face and sit up nice and tall. And you can stay sitting up nice and tall if you have a good stretch in the hips and in the shoulders, or you can exhale and lean forward, your belly toward your thigh, but keep your back long. Don't let your upper back round here, otherwise you're going to lose the shoulder stretch. Keep lifting the right shoulder head, especially if you've gone forward. And inhale, come on up. And then take that leg, swing it back. And make your way back into plank pose. And lower through chaturanga all the way to the floor. And then take your left arm, make it parallel with the front of the mat, and bend your right knee. We're going to reach back for the right foot. And you can hold it back there or draw it forward like you did before. This is Ekabekasana. Try and square up the shoulders toward the front. Try to keep your hips level. So as you're bringing that foot forward any amount, resist it away as well so you get a nice opening in the quad, in the front of the thigh and the hip flexor. And we'll switch. Right forearm parallel with the front of the mat. Reach back for the left foot with the left hand. And then bringing it forward here any amount. And make sure you're resisting away with that leg so you get a good stretch. If you already have a good stretch without resisting away, then of course you don't have to. And then let's release that. Reaching back for both feet for Dhanurasana. So lift the legs up and then press your feet back. And if you can't reach your feet with your hands, that's okay. Lay down on your belly instead and take Shalabhasana. And releasing down, rest. And again, bend the knees and reach back and lift up any amount. So lifting the feet up and pressing them back, stretching out the front of the body, but also strengthening your hamstrings and your upper back. And shoulders get a good stretch. And releasing. And then bring your hands right next to you. Press your hips back to your heels for a child's pose. So we'll lengthen out the spine the other way. And looking forward. Sitting up, we'll take the legs in front for Paschimottanasana. Extend the arms up on the inhale. Exhale to come forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And keep that length as you exhale to extend. Keep pulling your toes back and flexing your ankles here. Inhale the head up and exhale to release it. Leaning forward so that you can lie back and draw your right knee into your chest. And then as you exhale, take your right leg over to the left side for a twist. Look over the right shoulder as long as that's okay on your neck. And then inhale, left knee in. Exhale, take it across to twist, looking over your left shoulder. And come on back to center. And we'll set up for Shavasana. So extending the legs out and allow your feet to just flop open, your arms by your sides with your palms faced up. Just come into natural breathing now. So everything is quiet, your mind and your body. And close your eyes and just rest. I'm going to let you rest for a few minutes and then I'll be back with a quote. a quote today from Anna Quindlen, an author. This is a commencement that she gave at a commencement address at Barnard College in 2005. Here is what awaits you. You will be offered the option of now becoming exhausted adults, convinced that no achievement is large enough, with resumes as long as short stories. But what if that feels like a betrayal of self? Start to reawaken your body. A forced march down a road trodden by other feet, at the end of which nothing you can truly care for. Fear not. Remember Pinocchio? There is a Jiminy Cricket on your shoulder. It is you, your best self, the one you can trust. The only problem is that sometimes it's hard to hear what it says because all the external voices and messages are so loud. Sit up nice and tall. They're so insistent and so adamant. Voices that are loud are always meant to bully. Don't be bullied. Bring our hands to the forehead for clear and loving thoughts. Our hands to the heart, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. And our hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communications, sending up all this wonderful energy we created with our practice to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed a little more relaxed practice, although tomorrow I think we're going to step it up again. So this whole week we'll do some more relaxing ones, but then also some core. So please like the video, push the like button if you liked it, and comment. I love your comments, and please share. If you can afford a donation of any amount just to help us keep our free yoga going, there's a link below, and we are so appreciative of donations that help us to continue this work of bringing yoga to as many people as we possibly can. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.